BMNR September 2025 end of month price target. Guys, let's talk about BMNR now. So, since I recently posted my previous video on BMNR, I mentioned to you guys that I thought the bottom was around September 9th, okay? And that was simply because I noticed that Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, she's a huge Bitcoin and Ethereum bull. She started buying the stock like crazy. So I knew a lot of people would see that article and just see that press release and all that news and kind of just pretty much copy trade her. And that's pretty much what happened. So now we're up big, okay? We had a huge close on Friday, okay? Ethereum ran up to about $4,700, and that's why we see this big green daily candle. But for some of you are wondering, how is the price action going to play out for the rest of September? How is BMNR going to respond after a potential Fed interest rate cut on Wednesday, September the 17th, 2025. So we're going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to give you guys an end of the month price target. So for you guys out there, whether you're holding long shares or you're trading options, kind of give you guys a potential price range, price target, and help you guys visualize how things are going to play out this cycle. Just remember, BMNR is the largest corporate holder of Ethereum. I repeat that again. They are the largest corporate holder of Ethereum in the world. So whatever first mover, front runner advantage that you could potentially profit from, you're going to be able to profit from BMNR. So just realize whenever people buy any investment or they do research on stocks, right? So for example, when Ethereum's price continues breaking out later on in the year, a lot of the smart money is going to be piling into BMNR simply because they have the most Ethereum. So I think that's really important. There is a psychological aspect behind some of my price targets and my price predictions because, people like betting their money with the top horse. So let's get into it, guys. I already mentioned how a lot of that bullish momentum was from Cathie Wood. We also have some pretty positive things in terms of predictions in the prediction market. So I wanted to head over to Polymarket. Polymarket is actually crazy. It's kind of very accurate when it comes to predicting a lot of things, politics, sports, crypto. You'd be surprised. So I came up on Polymarket, okay, guys, and I'm on the page with what the price of Ethereum will hit in September. Now, they don't have a poll for BMNR, but the price of BMNR and the price of Ethereum is extremely positively correlated because, of course, BMNR is a Ethereum treasury company. An Ethereum treasury company, as I mentioned earlier, they are the largest Ethereum treasury stash in the world. As of now, they have over 2 million Ethereum, and that 2 million Ethereum is valued at well over $9.6 billion, okay? And the company has already booked an unrealized profit of over $1.2 billion. So if Ethereum moves, BMNR will move. Now, let's take a look at some of the predictive market, okay? So according to Polymarket, there is a 74% chance that Ethereum will hit 4,800, a 50% chance that it'll hit 5K, and a 32% chance it'll hit 5,200. So pretty much, it's pretty much like flip of a coin if Ethereum's going to break out past $5,000 after they cut interest rates. I think it will. I think Ethereum is probably the top altcoin trade. A lot of people have been looking at other coins like WorldCoin and stuff like that. But Ethereum is it, okay? A lot of money is going to pour into Ethereum because Wall Street is choosing Ethereum to tokenize assets like tokenized stocks and things like that. So Ethereum is going to probably be the altcoin of choice. That's been showing in its price. So if Ethereum has like a 74% chance of being over 4,800 and a 50% chance of being over 5K, you can bet that this run in BMNR is not over. Now, I already mentioned in my first video that I published on this channel that my end of the year price target for BMNR is $420. But I don't think we're going to have that spike that I'm looking for on the daily RSI just yet at the end of September. I think obviously, BMNR is going to run, but it's not going to really take off until probably late October, November, okay? So right now, I'm going to give you guys my price target for the end of the month. I think we simply fill this gap. So, very simple, very straightforward. back on August 13th, the price was about $71. That was the local top where a lot of people bought, and now they're basically underwater on their positions. Okay, so I think with this potential interest rate cut coming up, with a lot of bullish momentum heading into the end of September, the second half of September has been extremely bullish for Ethereum historically. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I pulled up a chart of Ethereum. If we take a look back here and we go back on the daily chart, okay, so we go back on the daily chart and we go all the way back to last year, okay, you can see that the most bullish period for Ethereum last September was the second half of September. So, you know, the first part of September was cold, and then it seemed like after September 16th or 17th, the price just skyrocketed, okay? Now, and then it kind of, usually with Ethereum, the price kind of runs in the second half of September, and then right up like around October 1st, there's a dip. So, you know, usually for October, it's probably going to dip. So I would think that the price of BMNR is going to have an extremely strong September, and probably maybe on like October 1st, October 2nd, people are going to take profits. So like I said, my price target for the end of September is $70, guys. $70 is my price target. From the price point right now, there's about 26 to 27% potential upside. But this is not going to be the bulk of the profits, okay? I really believe that in the second half of October, the price is going to break out. But for now, I would say $70 for the end of September is kind of my conservative price target. I'm not going to really bump up that starting to get more aggressive until we head into the second half of October and November. And as we start getting closer and closer to my $420 price target by the end of the year, that's where I think things can spike and get out of control. And that's probably where people are going to start taking profits. But right now, $70 BMNR would look great. That would mean that basically everyone that bought it basically after July 9th would be in the green, in the money. And then that's when I think we start making this second leg up. Okay, so the second leg. So this is the first leg is in September, right? The second half of September. Then I think we cool off, and then October, in the second half of October, November are going to be really explosive. But right now, we're looking at $7 for the price target, guys. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And be sure to check out some of my other videos, especially my very first video where I talk about why I think BMNR can break out to around $420 by the end of the year. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoy my content, please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up. And that's all I got until next time, guys. Take care.